Hello, Cinema Satsang viewers. Well, today I'm going to talk about the opening scene of Paris 13th District. This scene is a lesson in how to begin a film. Beginnings are very important, more so because the attention spans are decreasing very rapidly. But in this film, not just the beginning, but each minute, each shot in this film is intriguing. But today, let me stick to the opening scene. Well, the director said in an interview that he chose this district because it has a multicultural background. People of all races, color stay here, Oriental, Asian, people of color. There is a masala mix, people from all countries. So he wanted to explore this dynamic. So the film starts with the establishing shots of the buildings and houses, and then the camera moves in closer to the windows, and you can see a little bit of the insides. There is also a film playing in one window. I couldn't recognize which film it is though. So I remembered two films immediately, Psycho and Babel. The beginning of Psycho is also a little bit like that. Hitchcock dollies into the window from very far where this couple is making out. He wanted to do all in one take, but he couldn't do it, of course, because of the technical limitations. He had to include one cut in it. But in that time, that was quite remarkable. And of course, Inarritu dollies out to Japan in Babel. That's the last scene, not the beginning. Of course, with the help of technology. But coming back to Paris 13th District, we start with the ravishing Lucy Chang, naked, singing a karaoke song. The camera pans from outside to her and then tracks into her. And Camille, played by Nikita Samba, he comes out. Oh man, he's very sexy. If I can say, the black guy, the colored guy. And this girl is Chinese. So anyways, later on, two French actresses also joined the film. Let me just tell you a little bit. It's a very, very, very unpredictable. You cannot predict what's going to happen next. Anyways, coming back to the beginning. Come to think of it, Psycho also starts with the bed scenes. So, bed scenes, let me give you a tidbit about... So, bed scene seems to work in the beginnings. But mind you, it cannot be a generalization. It's how it's done and who the fucking director is. Bed scene does not mean sleaze, but lovemaking scene have a special place in cinema because it's a visual medium. French actors, European actors are completely comfortable with their bodies, unlike most Indian counterparts. Anyways, so we come to know that she works at a call center and he asks her, what does she sell? Does it work? Then she gives him a demo of her sales virtuosity. She starts speaking in a sexy husky voice and to supposedly seduce him. And she is saying on the mic, in that husky voice, with which she was doing karaoke. So her voice echoes in Paris 13th District. I am irresistible. Really? Don't believe me? He laughs, and then she comes on top of him, and the camera also comes topish, moving with them, and she gives him an example of how they can con customers, how these call center executives con customers. And we see Paris 13th District in long shots with fabulous BGM, and the credit starts. Now that is what is called a fucking beginning, and in fact, fucking cinema. Then it goes into flashback. It began like this, 1 month or 2 weeks earlier, how this affair started. So this just grips you. The beginning grips you, keeps you, on a tight leash. The performances, the black and white frames, the shots, the BGM, and of course, as we spoke about bed scene, if it is done well. So because cinema is a visual medium, mind you, it's not just narrative structure, the visual structure also matters a lot. So okay, enjoy this great scene and great film. in this episode of Scene Analysis. Thank you.